Alright, it's time to make another one of those overly ambitious TBRs. Hey all, this is Tasha and welcome back to Amazing Reads. Today I'm here to do my September TBR. For the TBR I have this month, I only plan on participating in one readathon, and that's the Bad Bitch Readathon. Put on by Neeks. I'll link the information down below. I'm very excited about this readathon, and I just love Neeks to death, and I'll link her channel down below. There are 4 prompts for Bad, Frosty, Silly, and Thirsty. And I picked out 4 books, one for each prompt. This readathon runs the entire month, so I am very excited that I have all that time to read 4 books. Because I usually go into a slump in September, so let's just hope that I don't. Anyway, for the first prompt of Bad, I'm going to be reading The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. This is a horror novel, I believe. I don't want to know a whole lot about it going in. I want to get a feel for the world and be as scared as I'm supposed to be while I'm reading it. But I saw this on Neeks' recommendations video, and she said it'll fit the prompt, so I'm just going off of that. Next book is for Frosty, and that is going to be The Deathless Divide by Justina Ireland. This is a sequel to Dread Nation. The main character, Jane, yes, the main character Jane is definitely Frosty, and I just think that I really want to read more in this world. I really did enjoy the first book. It wasn't without its problems, but I am very excited to continue with this series because a goal this year is to go ahead and knock out some series. So this is the next one. It's for Silly, and that one is A Song of Wraiths and Ruins by Roseanne Brown. This book is a young adult fantasy. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I have heard really good things about it. I did start the audiobook for this, but I don't think the audiobook is working for me. But I do have the ebook from the library, so I'm probably going to start reading the ebook this week. It's the first one that I started with. So I'm very excited to get to this one. And the last one is for Thirsty. If Ethan... Damn. Okay, anyway. I got my mic on now. Easton is definitely thirsty, so I mean, I'm with it. So this is going to be my read for that one. I'm very excited to continue this series. N.K. Jemisin, I love her writing. I love the first book. The first book, like, it was just so good. If you've seen my wrap up for last month, then you would know, or not last month, for July, then you would know my thoughts on the Broken Earth trilogy, and I also have a blog post. I'll link both of those down below. In addition to the readathon, I have a couple of buddy reads that I am doing this month. The first buddy read I'm doing is with Erica from The Broken Spine, and we're reading Anger is a Gift. Oof, this glare. We're reading Anger is a Gift by Marcus Shiro. This follows Moss Jeffries, whose dad was involved in something. He has panic attacks. This book is just, it's already been so good. It's very emotionally impactful. We started this a couple days ago, so I'm not too far into it. I'm not as far as I'm supposed to be anyway. But I plan on catching it up tonight, and I'm really enjoying this so far. It is very emotional, and you can feel the emotion behind the words. So I'm very curious to see where the story goes. The next buddy read I'm doing is with a group of non-bookish friends, some of my friends in real life, and they wanted to read Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. They were so excited about it, I decided I would go ahead and read it with them too. This is Twilight from Edward's point of view. I'm going to put it down now. Also in real life, I have started a middle grade book club with some people and their children, and for that we're going to be reading Ghost by Jason Reynolds. I've already read this. It's going to be a reread for me, but I thought this was a great book for the book club for the kids, so I'll be reading this. This is basically the story of Ghost, who challenges somebody on this elite track team to a race, and he turns out to be really good, and then just kind of his story and all the things that he's dealing with living in a single parent household and all of that kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed this. It's Jason Reynolds, you already know. So The next book that I'm going to read is Kindred. This was indeed on my last month's TBR because I wanted to read it for the Octavia Butler slow read. I still have time to get in for the live show for this, so I do plan on reading this pretty early on in the month so that I can go ahead and get it knocked out and be ready for the live show with, I think it's Onyx Pages, Magically Tati, and Sister Sci-Fi, if I remember correctly. They're all doing the Octavia E. Butler slow read, so I'm very excited to finally read an Octavia E. Butler. Other series that I want to continue in is Thomas Wildus and the Wizard of Sumeria. The first Thomas Wildus book. The series is Thomas Wildus and the Book of Sorrows by J.M. Bergen. This is a middle grade fantasy that follows Thomas, who is about to turn 13. His father left when he was about 5 and told him to always believe in magic. And then he happens upon this random bookstore in his town, and things happen from there, and he discovers that he's magical, and it's so good. I just really enjoyed this, and I really want to continue, so that's where I'm going to be reading Thomas Wildus and the Wizard of Sumeria. I'm very excited because the wizard, or learning about this world, was very interesting, and I'm very excited to see what direction the second book goes and to see Thomas really come into his own. The next book I'll be reading this month is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I have had this out for the library for a minute, so I really want to make sure that I get to it so that I can pass, so somebody else can read it, because I just really want to see, I guess I want to know Snow's origin story, or figure out if we really even needed this book. So I'm going to be reading this. And the last book that I have on my TBR that I hope to get to, I do have the audiobook out from the library, so I hope I can get to it, is The Damned by Renee Ahdieh. I've been meaning to read this since I bought it around release days 2 months ago, so I want to make sure that I get to this. This is the second book after The Beautiful, which I really did enjoy. It's a very polarizing book, but I really thought The Beautiful was well done. If you go into it knowing that vampires aren't on page in The Beautiful and that it's more of a murder mystery, I think that you'll enjoy it a whole lot more. The Damned is just a follow-up. I like the way that The Beautiful ended, and I'm excited to see where the story is going. So that is everything that I have officially on my TBR for September. Go ahead and leave the book that you're most excited to read down below in the comments. I don't have anything else, so if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!